Hi there guys, welcome to Dino's World, and surprise, I have two new amazing value variants of the Harrier and Safari. More affordable and more loaded with features beyond imagination at this price point. And I believe for all you enthusiasts, adventure seekers out there, it's time to reclaim your adventure. So what have Tata packed into the Harrier as well as the Safari to make them stand out in the respective segments? We're going to find out in this video. Without further ado, let's get started. So the Harrier has always been built like a tank with robust body structure. You have 5-star safety rating, global NCAP as well as Bharat NCAP, and the design silhouette, of course, built based on the D8 architecture, the Omega Arc platform, the D8 architecture inspired from Land Rover and the Omega Arc architecture. And the design silhouette is so timeless and well ahead of its time that it still looks relevant even to this day. And in this new seaweed green color, it looks absolutely stunning and very, very classy and elegant. And of course, to take on the forests and kind of become a camouflage within it. But look at the front fascia. There's not much difference or new add-ons when it comes to the design silhouette, because as it is one of the hottest looking, most formidable looking vehicles in its class, with the DRLs up front, LED lighting up front, beautifully chiseled front fascia, and beautifully laid out front bumper with a well laid out front skid plate, and the bonnet screams as if it's a beast that's going to trample anything and everything that comes in its way. So moving on to the profile, again you have a beautiful character line running across the bodywork. This seaweed green really elevates the design elements further. You also have these silver colored alloy wheels with disc brakes all around. So there are namely two variants when it comes to the Harrier. You have the Adventure X Plus and the Adventure X. So the Adventure X has three features missing, making it a lot more affordable at 18.99 lakhs. You have these three features included in the X Plus variant, which is available at a very nominal increment of just 35 grand. For that you get ADAS level 2, you get all 4 disc brakes, you also get electronic parking brake and auto hold function, which is an absolute steal deal for a price increment of just 35 grand. So I'm pretty damn sure every other guy will opt for the Adventure X Plus over the Adventure X, but you have two variants to make it a lot more accessible. Now looking at the wheel size again, these are 17 inches, and depending on the variant, you higher the variant, you get 18 inches and even a 19-inch wheel in the dark edition model. As I told you, it has all 4 disc brakes, adequate amount of ground clearance, 205 mm of ground clearance. So though this is not all-wheel drive, it still has adequate ground clearance to take on any kind of dirt terrain. It also has terrain response modes within it to match the kind of terrain it finds itself on. Body color door handles look absolutely plush. You have again contrasting black color outside rear view mirrors with integrated turn blinkers. You also have Harrier branding right over here in chrome. Very subtle but very, very neatly done. Blackened P-pillar, roof rails, and kind of a slow floating roof line, which completes a perfectly cohesive design. And looking at the tail lamp, this, my friend, is one of my favorite styling elements. The way the wraparound tail lamp comes cohesively, perfectly towards the end or tail section. You have the end-to-end LED tail lamp cluster, making it stand out like a beast in its segment. Okay, looking at the boot space, again it scores really high in terms of practicality and usability and utility. 445 liters of boot space, that's more than adequate to carry the world along with you. And you have 60-40 split seats to further fold them flat and go camping along with your family on any weekend. So guys, once we're inside, we're greeted by this beautiful animation of Tata Motors with IRA connected car tech, and you have a beautiful full digital display for the speedometer with all the relevant info. You have navigation and media and notifications and settings for you to get into. Here you have the dial view, 2 dial view, single dial view or digital view, vehicle info, DEF level, power and torque curve, distance to empty is clearly mentioned right over here. Then you also get a 10-inch touchscreen infotainment system with Android Auto, Apple CarPlay in this affordable price point. Okay, so this is the Adventure X Plus Harrier, which gets electronic parking brake, EPB, and auto hold, 4 disc brakes, and also gets ADAS level 2. So Apple CarPlay, Android Auto is supported. And then you go down here, it should be settings, driver assistance. You have park assist, blind spot monitor, collision warning, adaptive steering assist, and you also have adaptive cruise control. So here is the cruise control and adaptive cruise control. You have the lane keep assist. All these things are here. Blind spot monitor is also here. Blind view display is here. So it shows in here, but you can actually show it in infotainment system. So see, turn on the right indicator, it shows the right side. So I prefer it to have it here because the display is much more wider, more crisper and more vivid, and one of the finest displays in its price range, so nothing even comes close. And then of course the audio system gets 6 speakers, which means you get 4 speakers and 2 tweeters. You have 2 tweeters right over here and here. And then of course you have a sunroof, panoramic sunroof. Okay, you have a massive panoramic sunroof. So that is another thing for all sunroof fanboys out there who are hoping or craving for a sunroof at an affordable price point for the Harrier. Okay, you have full leather seats, and you have all the goodies that you can think of at this price point, which makes it stand out. Now, talking about the powertrain, you have the 2-liter Cryotech diesel. Puts out around 170 PS and 350 Newton meters of torque. You have the automatic and the manual transmission. Okay, another major plus for the affordable Adventure X Plus is the 360-degree view camera. So you just need to press the 360-degree view. Here you have a 2D view as well as a 3D view, top eye view, where you can actually change the angles from side to side, front and rear, or go to 3D view. They have simulated a kind of a forest sequence here, and that looks really apt with the kind of persona or the character of the vehicle, and especially this seaweed green color is absolutely beautiful. So here the top view, and so it scores really high in offering super crisp, top of the class, best in class, super vivid 360-degree camera display, and you can further optimize it by hitting the settings here. Okay, looking at the dash, you have this glazed kind of a wood kind of a finish. Here you have double stitching, piano black treatment for the aircon controls, this thing, central console, and then you have terrain modes to choose from. So this
rough road mode is activated.
Then you
City drive mode activated.
and
Wet mode is activated.
so that's set to switch to city.
City drive mode activated.
So terrain response modes right over here, charging sockets right over there, easy shifter right over here, as I told you, electronic parking brake and auto hold function, cup holders right over here, a spacious glove box, well laid out seat, and you have power adjustment for the driver's seat. As you can see here, I'm going back, reclining. So power adjustable seat for the driver. You don't have it for the passenger, but you do have ample amount of space for the people in the second row. So guys, looking at the second row space, you have more than adequate leg room, sufficient amount of headroom, and you have this beautiful panoramic sunroof right over here, dual pane sunroof. And then of course the dash looks so premium at a price of just 19.34 lakhs for the Adventure X Plus variant. Your flat bottom steering wheel, illuminated logo, full digital cluster. You have 10-inch screens, both of them, the cluster as well as the infotainment system. Then of course the added safety of 6 airbags and ADAS level 2 for this particular variant, 19.34 lakhs Adventure X Plus variant. So nothing even comes close, because the Mahindra XUV AX7 variant doesn't have adaptive cruise control, and this one gets that to the segment. And even the likes of Creta SX option, I think so, has similar kind of a price tag, but this one overtakes that in terms of road presence, in terms of the imposing stance, and also the kind of features it brings to the segment, which makes us Indian motorheads feel really proud that an Indian manufacturer is upping the ante and taking the onslaught to the opposition. Okay, so this concludes a quick fire walk around of the Harrier Adventure X Plus variant. Now you also have the Adventure X variant, which is priced at 18.99 lakhs to make it a stellar deal in terms of value for money. But then the Adventure X Plus makes far more sense, because for additional 35 grand you get all 4 disc brakes, you get electronic parking brake, you get auto hold function and ADAS level 2, all for just 35,000 rupees dearer. So that has value written all over it, and I'm pretty damn sure the competition has something to worry about now that Harrier is made much more accessible and more affordable to all their fanboys who have been craving for that. So this concludes the overview of the Harrier Adventure X variant and the Adventure X Plus variant, which is actually parked right behind me. What do you think about this color scheme? And yeah, talking about the colors, it's not that it's available only in this green color, it's just a variant, so you can choose the color of your choice, and the dark edition is also available. Would you prefer this over the likes of XUV 700 AX7 model, or would you prefer this over the likes of Creta? Feel free to comment below and let me know. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Until then, take care, God bless, and ride safe. And boy, does it look gorgeous in this green color. It looks absolutely super premium, classy and elegant. I love this new color scheme.